What's up, y'all? It's Robbie Rob. I'm in the stew of Pearl House, you dig? Yeah. Rob. Great drop 11/17/23. Whoa. Yeah. Look. I came in to make a statement. Shake this paddock like your daughter's boarding flights at Ronald Reagan. I don't trip, it's hard to break me. Shit get deep, but that's the porcelain. Cheaper teeth and biggie shit be the first one to get extorted, nigga. Whoa. Look at the shit that you started. Over East and it look like the Carter. I'm building connections with trading and barter. Starting to scat and it sound like it farted. Hitting no Smitty like telling record me. Cooking this shit like this shit was a botchy. The shit that I seen, boy, it's hard to be normal. Whoa. I ain't chillin' till I count 100. Wake up and go get some money. I dunk in the stock, then I'm still feeling grumpy. As long as they print it on her, and I give her the D and she eat up the sunny. Broke is the joke, but it ain't nothing funny. I never forget when they go to the Tony. Show no remorse. I was so on the back of a horse. What he got, you won't find in the store. Get money like niggas extort. I folded the hoodie and stepped on the floor. It was liberated. I just counted the hustle to mitigate it. Now I travel the world like I'm liberated. How you lose the shit that you instigated and whoa. I think I'm on fire. I be on the beat till I'm tired. I step in your club cause I do it for high. Even the time that I'm leaving, I'm out. On to the next one, I'm switching the Audi. Talking around like she my accountant. The game in the rap like I talk to South. Whoa. Goddamn. Black beans are like Batman. Real nigga in my CAT scan. Ain't no space for a yes man. Shimmy out. Bullshit I had to figure out. Old beef for like in and out. In the rape, give me something to think about, nigga. Whoa. Bag of mommy bitches got a crew. Jump and bring the cat and take the crew. Southside and jump like a zoo. Damn, I fall.
Nah, that shit was hard. Robbie Rob, man. Tell them where you from.
I'm from Washington, D.C., Southside to be specific. You know what I'm saying? 57th Street, Watts, all that. That's where I'm from.
And you just dropped the album. Can you tell us the name of the album, just the meaning behind it?
My album is called Gray and the Colors in Between. And it's really just more of a coming of age thing, like really just solidifying my spot, which I feel like in the genre, and really coming into myself as an artist.
Okay, cool. And that's where like the title ties into that?
Yeah, for sure. Like when it came to naming the project, a lot of it came from just the emotional spectrum and trying to catch that in ever many songs, which turned out to be 10. But just trying to catch like every way that I've been feeling as far as like up until my album, and really trying to not be like Rob that's inspired by like Meek or Ho, but just be like Rob that's inspired by Rob and kind of build that independence. So it was really just, you know, everything in between, me trying to find myself, put the music together and really get it done like that.
So the inspiration you say is basically just coming from you. Any experiences or things that are going on that made an impact on how the album sounds?
For sure. Funny enough, like what kicked off the album is I went through like a year, 2-year hiatus of just feeling like I couldn't create no more because a lot of life was happening to me. I graduated high school and really didn't know my path or nothing like that for real, and I didn't know if I was talented. You know what I'm saying? Just seeing everybody go up around me. And I didn't take the traditional route in life, meaning like, you know, going to school and, you know what I'm saying, doing all that. It was just like, this became my path, and I didn't really know how to, you know what I'm saying, hone in like that. And on top of that, life was just happening to me. Like, my girl broke up with me. And then at the time, that shit just fucked me up. Like, so then I just started making the album as I was experiencing life. So when you listen to the album, it's really like a packed in 2 years into 10 songs. You know what I'm saying? It's like really just show me coming from like just a dark place, and then slowly get myself back there and out there to where I can release the album and give you the body of work that you got today for real.
Now you can hear all the different songs and probably those influences that came into it, like the song like With Your Girl. Was there specific songs that you know came out on the tape from that? Or
I say track number 3 on the album is called Burning, and that was the song that actually it was the first song that I wrote that kickstarted the album. And so it just talks about like the ups and just the whole trajectory of how I was feeling at the time, and just trying to make the audio as dark as it could be to really just mirror what was going on for me emotionally. Because at first my album wasn't even supposed to be something that was like
touching everything. It was something that I wanted to have like a darker tone to it. And I think in the production of track number 3, you kind of could see initially where I was going. And what I wanted to do was just build on that on that trend of me just making music that was visceral and that like you could feel it in. Through the production, I really wanted to put a major emphasis on like really having the listener walk away with something emotionally, to where like to make and create the tracks and make them as cinematic as possible, not something to just fly through one ear and out the other. But yeah, that was a song that heavily reflected my life and me just breaking up with her and how that affected me, and then that turned into the rest of the album.
Yeah, you can hear the production with a lot of samples and a lot of just different old school feels to bring the tone out.
For sure.
Where did that come from? Did you work with specific producers to build the sound, or where's that from?
So a lot of the album I produced on my own, just sitting down and like I chopped up samples from people that was really getting me through it, like Steve Lacy. I chopped up samples from like just different music that was influencing me at the time, and then a lot of it was also just original sounds. I could say a person who definitely helped me and he engineered my album too was my big bro Jack. I would bring songs to him, and I used to get it to like that place where I felt like, you know what I'm saying, like okay, I'm here, but it's something else. Like it can go further, and I wanted to push the envelope. And then that's where he came in and was like, he just kind of brought a whole new perspective to it that made it super fresh. Because with my other projects, like my other EP, other singles, I did a lot of work on my own. So in the creative process, this was the first time I wasn't independent anymore. This was the first time I was traveling for sessions and going up in New York where I recorded all of my project, going up in New York and meeting with different people and shaking different hands. And it just was like a huge conglomerate, but him specifically I want to give a shout out to, that just made the album what it is now as far as making you feel every track and becoming emotionally invested.
Did you find it easy to give control to like other people to help you make the music, as opposed to when you do it all yourself, it's very, you get comfortable doing that?
Yeah, 100%. I'm definitely one of those people that like in the studio, like if I don't think a take good because I'm used to recording by myself, I'll be like, drop that. That's not cool. And I remember it'll be sometimes where like I'll be rapping and I get a verse done and I'm like, nah, that ain't it. Delete that as I'm reaching the press, like the delete and the space bar, he grab my hand like, hold up, cuz like, you know what I'm saying? It sound good. It was the first time me really having to let go of the ego and have other people like, talk to me about the delivery and how verses come across and stuff like that. So it was hard at first, but at the same time, I was grateful that I had people around in the creative process that cared. And so it was something super intimate and new that I enjoyed, and I plan to record everything else like that from like ongoing on forward.
What was one of your favorite songs that came out of the collaborative effort?
My favorite song has to be Andromeda. And that's the intro track on my album. And it's something to me that like, the best way I could put it is it feels so ethereal and so spiritual when you play it. And that track went through like 6, 7 different phases. And I remember the first time recording it, because it's like just a straight run-on verse, my delivery used to be so hard, like I'm just, boom, I'm rapping and I'm amped. But the content wasn't like that. And the lyrics were a lot more nuanced and a lot more colorful, hence the title of the album. And I just remember him sitting me down in the studio, and he was just like, back up. Like, not only off the mic, you close as shit, but back up, like, with the energy and, like, your delivery, your cadence. And we actually had did one of the recordings where I was, like, whispering at first. And, his patience as an engineer and as a friend, just to sit me down and really make me break down the lyrics and make you feel the way I felt writing it was super dope. So when they're recording, when you compare that to other songs, my voice is a lot more airy, a little bit more lower. And then one thing that blew it out the water too was we brought live instruments into the mix. Shout out my bro Richard. He put his touch on it with the drums right before the album released. Like we worked on this song from the sample to the drums and just how all that felt all the way up until maybe like 7 days before release. And so it was just like it was something that constantly changed. And I think when you listen to the song, my bad, you feel where I'm coming from with like it's something that's on a steady rise, and the climax is so beautiful because you feel like you earned it at the end of the song. You feel like it's something that was worth waiting for.
Yeah, you can hear the dedication to all those little parts. It feels like, you know, something more on a higher level that they do, you know, in big studios, bringing in all those different parts to really put a record together.
For sure.
That was my favorite song on the album too. Another one that was interesting was Jump. So just explain that song and how that came about, maybe some story behind it.
At first, like, I started to gain like a deep love for house music recently and just like diving into the genre. And what got me into it was like Pink Panthers. And so like I remember like initially listening to her, I was like, I want to try to put something that feels like this. Cause like at one point the album sounded so serious. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like I need to do something that would like really, at that point, that's when I started kind of paying attention to the listener and still just trying to keep it intimate at the same time. So just trying to find a balance in it. And at first I made a house track that just wasn't catching my eye and really like locking in that feeling that I wanted to make with the album and have everything work in tandem. So I remember hearing that beat, coming to the studio and hearing it for the first time, and I was like, okay. And at that time, Philly, like the whole Drake had just dropped. What's that album? Drake had just dropped like his Jersey Club. You know what I'm saying? So everybody shaking hips and all that. I can't do that, bro. I'm a hell of a two-stepper though. But you know what I'm saying? Like I can't do all that. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't about to go in there and shake my hips. But I'm like, if somebody else could do it, let me see if I can. You know what I'm saying? Lend to make that vibe happen. And then the song, what kind of like I had the beat for a minute, and I took a trip to Philly, and like you know, in the song I say fresh back from Philly, picking up the pieces, trying to get back to the loop. I really was like I was fresh off the mega bus when I wrote the jam, and I had like a little bad experience out of Philly, like you know stuff. You think something going some way with somebody, and then it don't, and then that whole experience, like once again, like. Just channeled me to write the song and what I experienced there too. You know what I'm saying? From like niggas being in parties and like just that whole scene and what that looked like. But that's kind of what inspired that. I was trying to capture house, and then once I couldn't do that, I saw that same vibe and that steady rhythm that you dance to was in the Jersey Club and was in the new Philly wave of music that was catching on. And I was like, let me try to merge it and make it something special.
Yeah, you mentioned the megabus, and earlier you were talking about your process of, you know, traveling in New York. So, what was the process like, you know, making this album, and where did you make it?
I recorded my album at NYU, and the process, like, it's so crazy. I was in a weird spot. Like I didn't have a lot going on in life, period. And I just remember like when I started creating my album, I told my bro JB, like to my bro Jack, I was just like, you know, I'm really trying to make this body of work really work. And so it's like the way that it looked, I used to go to New York and DC so much, bruh. I think the bus drivers knew who I was, like taking the routes and all that. They like, I keep seeing you. And then I would lay on my man's couch, making an album in New York because I was just hungry. Like I didn't really have nothing. So a lot of the album came from I have no other choice. It's like I had no other thing going for me. I was like super tunnel vision, but the experience humbled me. Like really just having like a laptop, and a Vision. Like that's all I had to my name, like a laptop and a Vision and a Scully, bro. Like it wasn't really nothing that was like really attached to me. And like working with him and being in that environment was so refreshing. It was different because home wasn't feeding me as an artist anymore. Because in the city, and I think everybody you're hearing in the album, that's not really my sound and what I reflect. And so it was hard to find place and inspiration. And so in that process, just being in New York just was feeding me so creatively and artistically that it just unleashed something that I didn't have, and it unleashed it at the right time. I feel like I needed to grow up.
After going through that process, would you say what would be like an ideal studio vibe for you? Like where, how many people are in the studio? What's the ideal for you?
I would say like the place gotta be New York. I don't know what it is. Every time I step out there, it's like I get re-energized. Like I turn up, my whole energy different. Something always moving and happening. So it's like New York it definitely gotta be the place. It's just so beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like all types of people from everywhere. It's like the cultural mecca. So it's like I gotta be there. Then in the studio, I like a good like 10 people, like 10, 12 people, just something that can like really create a vibe. I'm definitely not one of them niggas that need like 30 deep in the studio. Hell no. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not one of them where it's like you gotta pack it out, but people that can bring a genuine energy and just people to bounce ideas off of where it's organic, like not feeling so tunnel vision, like this shit is occupational. Like it's our job, but you know what I'm saying? Like we really want to build generous vibes. So like a good like 5 to 12 people in there. And what was the last one? I got the place, I got the people, and then what's the last thing you asked me?
Anything else specific to you? This is something
no,
to eat, food, drinks, something you gotta have.
NYU they treated me like a baby, bro. They was giving me full size bottles of soda. I ain't never seen that in the studio ever. Cause like I done seen a can of Pepsi, but the twist the top off is crazy. Like I had that, chips. It was a deli. I think it was food in the jump. This was the first time. I come from recording in the basement. It was just me and my dog. Literally, like my dog. Then now it's like they got special mics. Like they had like Drake. They had the microphone Drake used in that jump. Everything like. It came with amenities. It came with amenities. I thought I was staying at a residence inn. So it's like, as long as you got full, I don't even need real food. Just give me like full size Dorito bags and bottles of water, but like a full size, not that cute small shit. And I think the session gonna go beautiful. It's astonishing every time. For shit, sure.
Yeah. Who would you say is your top 5 who influenced you when it comes to rap?
Okay. My number one.
And why?
Cool. My number one is Hov. Like, I think I would maybe put him at number one is like, I remember growing up and I seen him on BET Live. And I forget what he was doing. I think it was BET, MTV, one of them. No, I think it was MTV, and he did his album with like a symphony. And like, of course you listen to who we listened to growing up, like the 3-6 Mafias and Jeezy, Wayne, and all that. But I ain't never seen like he had the real, you know what I'm saying, like people playing with him like that, and it was like the fly shit I ever seen. And then from there, just to dive into his discography, like he definitely one of the people I try to model behind because his content grew as he did. So I definitely give him number one because it's like you seen that dope boy to a mogul type of music and in the way that he just naturally grew. And he would tell his listeners like, I'm a fucking millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like why would I go back to what I'm doing? And then for number 2, I put Weezy. Ain't nobody had a better run than Weezy. The only person that had a run similar to Weezy. And people fight me this all the time. It was short, but it was similar. T-Pain is the only other person.
Yeah,
at one point where I used to shut my eyes, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah, on God, that's the only person that, you know what I'm saying, but Weezy definitely with the dedications, the Carter, like all them really, that inspired me. Number three, I would say would be like Andre 3000 and just his pen game. Like I feel like he one of the best lyricists to really ever do it, and he goes so. And to me, I think he's underrated. You know what I'm saying? Because even now, you see a lot of people that's like in music that listen to music now. The greater majority don't really bring up his name like that.
You gonna sample that flute?
Bro, it was so crazy. All the way around, wait, let me step out. It was so crazy. I dropped the same time that he dropped the album. So I remember people being like, bruh, I'm like, yeah, this drop day. Then I'm getting in my DMs, you gotta compete with a flute. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
That's good though.
And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, just seeing, like, did you see, like, the crazy name titles and shit now? Like, you know what I'm saying? But it was a good album, though. It was real serene. But, you know what I'm saying? Him, another person that inspired me, because I remember buying his initial work when I was a kid. I think I had bought Graduation. And just, like, that was the first time, like, I asked my dad, like, hold up, he rapped on it? And he made the beats, too? I'm like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's like a lot of that is what kind of inspired me to first go for music, because I've been writing and trying to create since I was like 7. So like that's what, you know, like listening to that. My dad had me around a lot of Marvin Gaye, Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, just a lot of old music that you had to soak up. At 4, I put Meek. Meek just had a different type of hunger about him. Like Meek just had like, and then at the same time, like Meek was speaking on shit that I was going through. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like everything Meek could say, I saw it. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like I connected to him personally, and his hunger was something different. Like Meek was bro. We used to buy G-Shocks and do like this, like it was rollies all together in the school bathroom because of Meek, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like his hunger, his drive, and him being so authentic was just like, I gravitated to that, and that made me like that he made me jump out there and say like, let me go do it. You know what I'm saying? And then for 5, I put my dad. My dad was a poet, and so just like reading his poems and stuff like that, it definitely pushed me to like start sitting down and making my own, and then trying to see how that can like fill out to be a song. So like those the people that kind of pushed me initially to like jump out there and do music, and like actually like I think I can really do this. And 6 of the honorable mention was Shaq Lizzy. Him coming out the city was like, oh, like this is real. This nigga had Beyonce singing awesome. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And beefing with Chief Keef.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, and all that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like he was like, oh, I could. Bro, I played awesome in my elementary school in the computer lab. We used to get on YouTube. Before they had VPNs, the teachers used to have eyeballs. I mean, that joke, I'm so awesome. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's that.
Where would it be? You know what I'm saying? Somewhere different.
I would say if I was to record somewhere, like I'd wake up, just get straight to recording. I would want to say, I'm trying to think. You know what? I would definitely wake up and record in like a Is it cool if I say somebody's house? Bro, I would wake
It
up
don't
and go
matter.
so crazy. And
Where do you think that you could wake up and make the best music for you? You know what I'm saying?
For me,
Yeah.
like, dog, if I was just like, and this no joke when I say this. If I could wake up in somewhere like the Playboy Mansion or something like that, just something with like a story behind it, like just somewhere where like it's just so much happening, or like if I could wake up in like an art museum or something like that and just get straight to it, like I'd definitely be a weirdo. Like I'd definitely be the type of nigga that'll like rent out a stadium to record and some shit like that. Like you know what I'm saying? Like just somewhere where it's like it's history there. You know what I'm saying? Like somewhere where you can feel like the past and
Shit,
the present.
where Malcolm X passed away, that church would be somewhere
You know what
tough.
I'm saying? Where it's like it's gonna feed you. Like I need to be somewhere. Like if I could wake up, I just wanna wake up somewhere where it's like it'll like the walls will feed me and everything will feed me and like you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I would you know what I'm saying? So I would really say the art museum. Definitely the art museum.
That's what's up. Do you right now? Who do you think has it? Is East, South, West, North? Who do you think has it for music?
They got a crown on right now. To that I say this. In the last 10 years, music has become so accessible. Like everybody can do it. And that's a great thing. It's also a bad thing, you know what I'm saying, too. But, you know what I'm saying, like right now, I think the game is in a weird spot because I can't tell who wear the crown right now. If I'm just being 100% honest, like you can't look at it and say because like now we getting subgenres for the first time in rap where it's like damn, like now we got like Philly club that's really taking, you know what I'm saying, like it's like dedicated Philly club rappers. Now we getting now like alternative rap is like getting a lot more publicity.
I think No Cap and them are like No Cap and Rallo are like rap rock stars.
You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, but that's a whole other lane. It's starting to look like something for everybody. So who wears the crown right now is something where it's like I can't.
Not a main person. I mean, what section? North, South, East, or West? South.
South got it. I think the South got it right now, and only because it's like they don't have a like. I think East Coast, unfortunately, we got a crab in a bucket mentality. Like. You know what I'm saying? Which in one spot it feeds us because it's like it's so much competition and dog eat dog. It's like eventually you gonna have to sink or swim. There's no way you can be shit from the East Coast and like really be ass and think you gonna jump out and really do what you're supposed to do. Down south, it's like dog. When you look at like the CMGs, the QC the labels, you know what I'm saying? Like Most Def, So Def. Shit like that. It's like they'll shoot one person up there. They got 60 niggas attached to the leg. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like they feed each other and it's a network there.
They let them take turns.
You know what I'm saying? And do it glad because it's a commodity for all us to eat. But when you look at the East Coast, it's like I would also say another one. They not at the top, but they coming up. They coming up super dope. It's the Midwest. I think like Detroit, it's like that. Like Detroit, Flint and Detroit is two totally different fucking things. Flint, Detroit, all of that, they coming up and they, like from the Icewear Vezos to Rio to Young OG to Babyface Ray, like, you know what I'm saying? Like they all coming up and holding each other's hands. So I can't put it on the person, but right now if I could put it on the place, I would say the South. The East Coast, we got a lot more. We don't band together as much and really hold each other up. There's no take a turn on the East Coast. It's fucking pit bull activities going on. So that's how I feel right now. The South got the crown and they done had it for a minute.
So on this project, it was mainly, just you on the whole project.
Yeah.
Were you moving around and just getting inspiration from some of the other East Coast spots? Do you have anyone that you want to do features with or looking, would want to get on your next project?
Some people that's super dope to me right now that I would love to get on a song with is like Dave East. I've been looking into him and like Dave East is just like, to me, like I love his sound. And he got that hip hop feel. Some other people I would like to work with as a collective. I would love to do something with like Griselda, and like really, cause it's like that sound is so it's so creative. It's like it's just like it's wondrous. Like you don't know what you gonna get. It's like you shaking up a bottle and just seeing what's going, come out. I would like to work with also people outside of my genre though, like Pink Panthers. I would like to work with, like people that you wouldn't necessarily like put on a rap song and really make it work, not make it look gimmicky and stuff like that, but try to make something that's super creative and different, and then like some legacy features that I feel like it's possible now, because I'm at the point where I feel like the music is sounding like that as far as the quality. I would love to get people like Jada Kiss, Jada Kiss, Cameron, like just certain legacy jumps. That it's like I want to catch them before they quit. You know what I'm saying? For they like give music up and be like I'm done with it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, those would be some fire ones too.
Yeah, for sure.
See you with
And these and DMV artists too. My fault. DMV artists.
right, of course.
Yeah,
of
my
course.
fault, bro. I want to start collabing with like
Yeah.
the and congratulations to him for being on Brett album. Fuck, Cruddy Murder. I want to collaborate with people like Cruddy Murder, Young Manny. I really fuck with KP Skywalker. Like I want to do that. Like shit. Like if I could get in touch with him, I love his ear and I love his beat selection. Like he like his ear is dope. So like I definitely want to work with the city and just try to like showcase that sound and not tear each other down. Like DC, you know, once again, we going back to the East Coast, another city where nigga can't stay at the top too long. Niggas hate on each other too fucking much. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I want to work with my city first and foremost, and I want to chase the legacy ones out.
No, that's dope. Respect to that. So you got your the album out, the EP out right now. You got any videos coming, or what's the next plan since this drop?
Right now, I just started the video shooting process, and I finished my first video. I'm not gonna say what it is yet, just because you know what I'm saying. Like I wanna really, it's dope and the creative. I think that's the next biggest thing I'm working on is just making sure visually it comes together and it's something that's super cohesive. So that's what's going on right now, and it's gonna be like a production. I plan to make a video for every song on the album and try to tie those videos to each part of the emotional spectrum, you know, and make it feel a specific way. And that's really where I'm at right now. That's what's coming. And now, other than the videos and getting that done, I just stepped back in the studio maybe 3 days ago to create. And so it's weird a little bit now because it's I wrestle with I just made an album, don't rush to do more music. But it's at the same time, just seeing the reviews that I've been getting, it's been making me so hungry to try to push the status quo a lot more. So it's definitely singles that's gonna be coming in the near future too that just show the perpetual growth and just me still building and going into what I'm doing. And so I can't wait for people to see the process. But videos is definitely what's going on right now. And when y'all see that, I can't wait.
I'm excited to see which one you decide to shoot first and how you gonna put these together. You got anything else you want to say about the album or about streaming anything?
One thing I want to say about my album is to everybody that inspired it, to everybody that really made me put this together, and everybody that was in the process of putting it together. Thank you. Thank you for your time, your care, working on the music when I was asleep, working on the music when I wasn't present, for being just as invested as I am, if not more. You know what I'm saying? I want to say thank you to the new people I built relationships with. I'm just super thankful, and I really want people to see this isn't something I wasn't trying to make deep music. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't my goal. It was literally just everything on the table and whatever that looked like from, you know what I'm saying? I put my heart and my entire essence into the album. And so it's I just want y'all to, you know what I'm saying, really listen and, really lock in because it's definitely an experience. For sure.
One last thing, I love to ask everybody this question. If you could leave one piece of information, it could be advice somebody gave you or something that you learned coming from Robbie Rob, what you gonna leave the world with?
it's a quote. Let me grab my phone real quick. It's a quote that always sticks with me. I didn't say it. It was actually by Virgil Abloh, but it's something I always look at, and it's something that always keeps me inspired. So I would say, and I'm about to pull it up right now. Matter of fact, it's right here. A quote that I live by every day is, work ethic is free, so spend it. We live in an age where it's like the world is the most colorful it's ever been. And I just want everybody in whatever that dream is, you know, whatever you're trying to do, feed that 100%. Like, it don't even got to be creative. Like, from the doctors of the world, like, dive into that. For, you know, like right now, the world is at such a, it's like, it's at a point where you just don't know what's going to happen next when it look like. It's a lot of stuff bumping together, and it's super beautiful. So one thing I love to live by is just like, you know what I'm saying, work ethic is, you know, it's free. So just spend it. Like, go out there and chase whatever. And I'm not saying that in a cliche way. Like, think about how you want to leave your mark. For me, I always think about my death, and only because it's like I want to make sure the way I live was that much more impactful. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever you do it to the fullest, do it with love, and do it with intention. And that's the last thing I would love for people to hear about me. So, you know what I'm saying? That's really that. Yeah. Also, follow me on Instagram. It's Robbie Rob, ROBBEYROB. Gray and the colors in between is out now. The link is in my bio. Stream the fuck out of it. Somebody played that shit 46 times. Matter of fact, you wanna know who played it? Y'all, my manager here right now. She's standing right there. She played my album probably more times than I played my fucking album. So definitely, you know what I'm saying, like, stream the music is something that I did with so much love and passion, and I just want you guys to feel it. Time to reinvent a nigga. I peeped the vibe was wicked, it just took some time to feel it. Before I had my glasses, it was hard to see the difference. Now I see 1,000 bogeys ain't in my position. I'm glad little mama left me, now it's hard to see a limit. That shit that used to scare me, now I cruise right through. And when you stop believing, it's my green light too. Heavy with the ore, niggas see him like who? You niggas misfire what I moonwalk to. Music to my ears. Been in situations where I thought it was the end. All that bad mouth and now you talking through veneers. You know the tongue is powerful, it's reason why you here.